Hi, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of Litter Media Live. We are coming to you on site today from Adena Schools. Now, I say that because we're talking with the high school kids, but we're in the elementary building right now. So we're going to talk about the Veterans Assembly that will take place here at Adena High School coming up on November 10th. Details in just a moment, but first, this. We're back at Adena, and as you can see, we have the Adena FFA officers with us here today. One of the big events that they do each and every year is the Veterans Assembly, which is coming up on November 10th. That is a week from Monday. Wow. Are you guys nervous?
No,
that's good. That's good. That's good. You can't be nervous as farmers, right? Let's introduce you to who we have with us today. Just raise your hand when we say your name. Is that all right? Okay. President McIlvaine. We also have Vice President Lydia Beery, Secretary Raeley Stephenson. We have Treasurer Sawyer Bluck, Sentinel Wyatt Ewing, Reporter Jolyn, Jett, and Student Advisor Garrett Wells. Good to have you all here today. We'll get into the Veterans Assembly in just a moment, but first let's talk about what it has been like for you to be members of the FFA. And two of the more senior members we have with us, Lydia is a senior and Makayla is a junior. As president, how's things going with the new administration?
I would say it's been going pretty well. I think that we have been a great team so far, and we get to experience so many things that many kids in our community may not be able to. And so for me, I wanted to give other kids the opportunity, and it's just a really good experience.
There's a lot of leadership capabilities that you learn in doing things like this. What has surprised you most, Lydia, in being in an officer position? Everyone seems to follow orders, I'm sure.
Yeah, everyone's always been really good, and we just all work together really well. Like, no one's in a super, authority position. Mm-hmm. We all have great ideas, and we're all trying to incorporate those into everything we do, like our meetings and our community service stuff, and it's just a great thing to be a part of.
Yeah. Let's talk about some of those community service items. Raeley, you want to talk to that?
Yes, one of our community service things is obviously the Veterans Breakfast, but recently we did also deliver harvest baskets to some of the more local farmers. We did that to about 10 of the farmers. We delivered them harvest baskets, which basically just had some treats for them, for their harvest, for all their hard work, for everything they do for us. So that's just one of the things we did to say thank you to everyone.
I think I might have seen some of that on social media, so that's pretty cool. Jolyn, talk about what it was like to experience that and get a chance to, you might have known some of these farmers, I have a feeling. Or did you meet some new ones?
So I'm actually pretty new to the area, so everyone was pretty new to me. It was just a great thing to see how appreciative they were to receive these. A lot of them said they hadn't even thought about it. It was just really heartwarming that we were able to give that to them.
Now, Sawyer, Bluck, I have history with the Bluck family way back before you were young. Let's talk about what FFA means to a community like this. It's important, isn't it? A lot of farming families.
FFA is really important to a lot of families. It's just something that a lot of people see on social media, and it's overall just a really good thing to be a part of, and for people to see that we're serving the community.
And not everybody in the FFA are actual farming families, are they? Wyatt, can you fill us in on some of your experience? Are you a farming family?
I am a farmer. So my grandpa has some land over in Williamsport. My family doesn't have much of their own, but we do a lot of contract farming for other people. And it's been just really nice to get into the FFA with that. It's been it's provided me with a lot of opportunities to take farming in lots of different ways.
Yeah. And if you were a cow man, we got a cow man at the other end of the table here, and Garrett, you have grown up on a farm. It's been part of your life, and I remember interviewing your grandpa many years ago.
Yeah, I've been around the cattle business for a while now, and it's just great to be in FFA and get those good connections and do different things and help the community in other ways. So.
Yeah. And I should have asked you when we started, how many of you are farming families? Just about everybody. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. What got your interest, those of you that aren't farming families?
Well, I've always been interested in more outdoorsy activities. Like, I've always hunted and fished, and I just loved, like, building things. But it's like, while my great-grandparents do have a farm, I didn't personally grow up on a farm. I grew up in, in more of like a villagey type setting here in Frankfort. And I just love outdoors, and I loved everything with it. And with like FFA, they do all the farming stuff, they do all the outdoorsy stuff, and I just love that, and I wanted to be a part of it.
What about Lydia and Jolyn?
Like Raeley said, when you first think of FFA, you think of farmers, you think of farmland, growing stuff, but FFA offers so much more than that. They have a bunch of activities that you can do that doesn't even involve farming. They have a bunch of natural resource stuff and animals, and it just allows for you to explore other options other than farming.
And it doesn't have to be a farm animal, livestock, so to speak, right?
No.
Yeah. What about you, Jolyn?
For me, my mom was the FFA reporter for her chapter when she was in high school, so that kind of pushed me to get more involved in it. But I just like the leadership opportunities it has. Like, there's all these like character building things and things that we get to do with the community that makes it really nice.
Yeah. It's a different group. I tell you, it's well-rounded as well. You learn a lot of things, and when it says future farmers of America, you're the future backbone of America too. So kudos to you kids to do this. How many people are in your chapter?
Our meeting in September, we had over 140 attend.
Oh, wow.
So there's anywhere from 140 to, I don't know, what 160 maybe? I don't really know exactly, but there's a lot.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of doing some math here. I think that's probably close to about 1/5 of the school population.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible. Let's talk about the Veterans Day Assembly. I had the esteemed honor of being a keynote speaker last year, which is really cool, but I was shaking in my shoes a little bit. Everybody in the community was here. It was crazy. How does the day start?
The day starts with breakfast. We serve pancakes, biscuits and gravy. There's going to be fresh fruit, and then orange juice, coffee, and milk. So they get to socialize and just enjoy their morning, and then we'll have the assembly at 9.
As kids who have probably sat in the crowd watching the assembly, did you get a sense of patriotism in sitting back and listening and hearing the stories and meeting some of the veterans? Who wants to speak to that?
We've had some really good speakers over the year that getting to hear their stories is very interesting, and hear what they've been through and what they've done for us and our country is always very cool to hear and very uplifting.
Yeah. And getting a chance to meet some of these veterans, talk about that experience.
It's very nice to meet the people who, they've been through so much, obviously. They've worked so hard to keep us safe. They've done so much to protect us and our families and even, everybody here. And it's just so amazing to get to hear their stories about what they've been through and how strong these people are. Because it's incredible, what you hear that people can go through. And they persevere through it, they go through it, and, they come out and they're strong people. And it's really good to see how incredible these people are.
And you can put a face to some of these people. You hear the stories, you might hear the name, but as you come into the Frankfort community, you see the hometown heroes on the banners and everything, and that's got to be. Any of you have family members who are on the banners? No? So you have a chance to meet some people, right? And learn more about their lives. Any of you have the potential of maybe joining the military down the road? Too early to say? Well, as you become a senior, you'll start thinking more about those types of things. For the assembly, is it open to the public?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
it's,
open
it's
to
open to the public.
Okay, so what time should the public be here? I mean, the breakfast is for the veterans, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if someone's coming to the assembly, what time should they be here and that sort of thing?
I would say they should get here around 8:45, maybe even 8:30 to get a seat, because usually the public sits on the floor of the gymnasium with all the veterans, and all the students will sit in the bleachers. So to get a good seat, you might want to get there a little earlier.
Yeah, because the next thing you know, here comes the choir, here comes the band, the first graders, the second graders. Watching it build last year was incredible, and it does nothing to settle the nerves of whoever's going to speak. So, what responsibilities will you guys have that day?
We're mainly over the breakfast. I think that's about the only responsibility we have, but we also have, we have to greet the veterans, if they need help getting to a chair, they can't find a seat, we have to provide that seat for them. I'd say that's about the only thing we have, unless anyone wants to add.
Really just to make it a nice time for them and to make them enjoy their time.
Yeah, because like you said earlier, they've made some sacrifices for us, and a lot of them were Adena kids, so that has to make you feel pretty good too. So, as we put a wrap on things, anything that I've missed you wanted to share? Do you have any sales coming up or anything like that, or fundraisers or anything?
We do have our fruit sale going on. It ends on November 7th.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to buy fruit, you can get a hold of Mr. Bluck or Miss Warrens, or if you can, any of us, and we'll be happy to sell you some fruit. And yeah.
When you say fruit, are we talking oranges and grapefruit?
Yeah, so there's citrus, and then there's apples, pears, and then there's honey and barbecue sauce.
Aha.
And we're getting the honey donated by Williams Honey, so it's fully donated, so all the money goes back to the FFA chapter. So this whole thing is supporting our chapter and supporting all the ton of kids that we're trying to feed every meeting.
Yeah, when you have 160 show up, you better have some food, right?
Yeah.
Well, great. Guys, I appreciate you making us welcome here and opening up the room to us and everything. So thank you so much. We wish you well, and good luck on November 10th.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Again, the event is coming up on November 10th. If you're part of the public, you want to be here at 8:45, no later. That way you can find a seat and get ready for the assembly. Thanks again to the Adena FFA. I'm Dan Ramey, and thank you also to our sponsor today for helping with this edition of Literate Media Live.